For today's lesson, we will be talking about patterns. A pattern is a repeated form or design that is used to decorate something. Because it is Indigenous Peoples Month, we will be taking a look at patterns found in their culture. Let's take a look at this vase. Can you see all the triangles in it? Or how about this one? Can you see the different colors in this pattern? Look at the birds and the butterflies in this one. Here's an example of a blanket. Can you spot the pattern? Look at how many colors are in these blankets. Patterns can also be found in jewelry, in belts, and in the headdresses of the Indigenous people. But today we are going to look at jewelry. Now that we've taken a look at patterns found in the Native American culture, let's take a look at a few patterns of our own. For our first example of patterns, we're going to start with something you guys should be quite familiar with, which is a quarter and our other denomination, a penny. So this is worth 1 cent and this is worth 25 cents. So we're going to use these for our first example. So we start with a quarter. Next comes a penny. Another quarter, another penny, another quarter, another penny, another quarter, and what comes next? If you guessed penny, you were correct. That would have been the next coin in this sequence. So for our next pattern, we are going to be using colored shapes. So we're going to start off with a blue circle, followed by 2 long orange stripes. Next, we're going to put a blue circle, and then followed by 2 orange stripes, followed by a circle, and then 2 more orange stripes. Who can tell me what the next shape should be in the pattern? If you guessed a circle, you were correct. Good job. All right, let's try one last pattern to make sure that we're experts. So first, I'm going to have a glue stick. Next, I'm going to have a stapler. Next will be a pair of scissors. Again, we're going to have a glue stick, a stapler, and a pair of scissors. What comes next? If you guessed a glue stick, you are correct. A glue stick would come next in this set of patterns. For this week's lesson, we are going to be making bracelets, just like the ones that the Native Americans used to make. So for this week's lesson, you're going to need a pair of scissors, you're going to need 1 pipe cleaner, and you're going to need 24 beads. I chose 3 colors. That means I need 8 of each color bead to make 24. Before I get started with my actual project, I want to make my life a little bit easier and I want to sort my beads by color. So I'm going to take all the orange ones and put them over here. I'm going to take all the yellow ones and I'm going to organize them over here in a group. And that leaves me the green ones left over. Now, I think we can do a better job and get started. We're not going to need our scissors for now. We can put those to the side. We are going to pick up our pipe cleaner, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a bend at the end in a 90-degree angle. So I want you to bend it like the corner of a square. This will keep your beads from falling off the end as you string them through. Just for the viewers at home, so they can see it better, I have cut out a couple squares so I can lay out my pattern and we can follow it throughout this project. I want 2 greens, then 2 yellows, then 2 oranges, and then the pattern starts over, so we're going to put 2 more greens, 2 yellows, 2 oranges, and again the pattern would start over, and we're going to continue stringing our beads until we run out of beads. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to do 2 greens, 2 yellows, 2 oranges, then 2 greens, 2 yellows, and then 2 oranges, and continue so on and so forth till we are finished with our bracelet. Now we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to take the bead and we're going to string it through the hole. And since we're here on the project, we are going to do 1 green bead, and then we're going to need another one. So 2 green beads. Then next in our pattern is 2 yellow ones. So I'm going to put on 2 yellow ones. Well, these 1, 2, and slide them all the way down to the edge, and then we're going to put 2 orange ones, and then 2 more green ones because the pattern starts over. And if our pattern is looking correct, we should have 2 greens, 2 yellows, 2 oranges, 2 more greens. And what's next in our pattern? If you said yellow, you are correct. So we need 2 yellows, 1, 2. And next comes, we're done with the yellow, we need to move on to the orange. So we will move on to the orange. 1, 2. And we're going to repeat until we're completely finished. Now that we're finished stringing all our beads, I want to check my work, so I want to make sure it's correct. So I have 2 greens, 2 yellows, 2 oranges, and then it starts over with 2 greens again, 2 yellows, and 2 oranges. And 2 greens, 2 yellows, 2 oranges, 2 greens, 2 yellows, and 2 oranges. So my pattern is correct. Now, if you're happy with your pattern, you can finish your bracelet, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But if you want to make a new pattern, instead of this one, you're more than welcome to make a new pattern. Now let me clean this up and let me show you how to finish your bracelet. So now that you're finished with your bracelet and you like your pattern, I decided to keep my pattern the same even though I tried some other patterns. I'm going to show you how to tie this together. So what you want to do is you want to put your beads somewhat near the middle. You want to put your wrist on top of all the beads, and you want to bring both sides together. Once you've done this, now you want to twist one around the other, and you want it to make it kind of tight, but not too tight so it hurts your arm. So just twist a few times and wrap them around each other. And once that's done, you can ask an adult to grab some scissors and cut off the excess pieces. Once that is done, there might be a sharp little piece, so what I like to do is I like to fold it down and I'll tuck the little end into a bead so it can't poke me. Now you have a beautiful piece of jewelry with all the fall colors in it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this project. Till next time, bye!